In this video, I drive to check out two different motorcycles, one of which I end up buying and fixing up so I could sell it for a profit. The first bike I went to check out was a 2008 Kawasaki ZX6R that I had to drive over 3 hours away for, and when I arrived to check out the bike, here's what I was told.
Well, his brother owns this bike.
Yeah.
So he called me a little while ago. He's like, hey, that title I told you I got, not for this bike. It's an 02 Gibson.
So as I'm sure you guys just heard, that guy was a complete idiot. I literally texted the dude before I left my house to make sure that he had his title in hand. And the first thing he told me when I get there is that he lost the title. Like, man, you'll see that kind of stuff dealing with people on Facebook, but it still sucks. But today might not be a complete loss. If you watched my last video, you would have seen that I flipped a CBR 600. I think it was a 2007 or 2008. And I've been talking to this guy who has another older CBR 600 for sale. He has it listed for $4,500, but over text, I managed to get him down to only $2,600. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this thing looks pretty clapped out. It definitely needs new fairings. I think he said it needs a headlight and a battery, so it needs a couple $100s put into it, but I think I could definitely make a profit. So my plan is to head there now. I think it's about an hour and a half away. Yeah, exactly an hour and a half. So hopefully this goes better than the last one. I'd made sure to double check that this guy has a clean title in hand. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys there. Okay, so I did just get here, but I'm in his front yard and I'm not sure where exactly I'm gonna be able to hide a camera. So I'm gonna bring it with me. I'm gonna do my best to get some video, but I cannot promise anything. So I guess I'm following this dude. I don't know, I just parked on the side of the street and he pulled up next to me on the bike, so I'm just gonna follow him. It's a weird ass interaction. How's it going?
Well, pretty good. I literally just started as soon as we got here.
What was your name?
Brandon.
Cameron. Nice meeting.
If you want to take it a test drive, I'm gonna need cash in hand.
Right. What's all this wiring?
So that's for the headlights. They got aftermarkets in here.
Oh man.
The guy I bought it off of. But it's straightforward wiring. So plug these two in, and that gets you running. Here, this one works occasionally. Sometimes it comes on, sometimes it don't.
That's a little bit scary.
But it don't leak, nothing. I've kept up the oil changes.
So would I be able to just put factory headlights in?
100%. 100%. There's nothing funky on the wiring. You want to go around the block, you can. I just need cash.
Honestly, I'm not sure I want to with no headlights. That's a little bit sketchy. But
What, you scared?
I mean,
But everything works. Put it on my kid, everything.
I mean, looks fine to me, mostly. Yeah, I mean, I could probably do 26.
It's worth it all day. You put the money back into it, you'll get 7 out of it.
I don't know about 7, dude. I had a hard time getting 45 out of the one I just rebuilt.
What is it, 07?
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. I did a lot of research before I did buy this bike because I was going to go with a Gixxer. I was like, because I rode with my buddies. He had I forget what things, a little mod controller, whatever you plug in, and it makes it.
A Power Commander?
I think it was a Power Commander 3 or something. It was a 600, but it went at the 180. And I was very surprised with it. But his bike went 180 mile an hour with me on it. And I was surprised.
Probably go like 190 with me on it because I weigh less.
Here's title. I do need to get a pin on it.
Right, I'll grab the...
You got a pen?
I don't think I have a pen now. This guy really just said his Gixxer 600 went 180 miles per hour. I was like going along with it, but bro. Well, as you guys can see, I just bought the bike. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet because this thing is clapped out. I'm not sure how well you guys can see in this lighting, but these fairings are absolutely trashed. There's scuffs on the engine cover, the rear sets are bent. There's kind of a mess of headlight wiring, so that's really the only thing I'm actually worried about. But regardless of all that, I think I'll be able to fix it up and make a profit. So I'm gonna go ahead and get home, and tomorrow morning, I'll get it to my unit and we'll take a better look. I always hate unloading bikes by myself. I've dropped a couple this way, but I'll give it a shot. Well, if you weren't able to tell last night, this bike is extremely clapped out. I actually have the seat in the truck, so I'll go grab that. So the obvious issues with the bike is the fairings and the headlight. The guy gave me some of the missing fairings, but they're all scratched up and torn to pieces, so I'm not even gonna try to save those. So I'll just go across and name all the issues I know of. This brake lever is cut off. He said his wife got mad at him and like cut it off for some reason. This clutch lever is ground down as well, so I need to replace that. And this bolt is extremely loose. I hope he wasn't rotting like that. This stator cover needs replaced. It's all scratched up. Obviously the fairings are all messed up. I'm getting a full new set of fairings, and the headlights need replaced as well. Other than that, I think the only thing I'm buying for this bike is a battery, because the battery is dead, so I have to jump start it. But now for the good things. The tires on this bike are pretty decent. It's not super high miles. I think it's like 26 or 27,000, which is about the same as the last bike I flipped. But aside from the cosmetics, this bike runs amazing. Like listening to it run last night, the engine sounds perfect. There's no noises, nothing. And I'm also gonna buy oil and a filter for this, because a lot of people were mad that I didn't change the oil on the last bike I flipped. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna pull my truck over here so I can get a cold start real quick. Got a really nice Two Brothers exhaust that sounds really good actually. So yeah, with all that being said, I think I'm gonna throw the bike in the unit. I'm gonna drive back home, order all the parts, and then I think I'll come back tomorrow so I can test ride it real quick. I didn't want to test ride it when I bought it because it has no headlights, and riding in the dark with no headlights didn't seem like a good idea. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Okay, so it has been a couple of days since I bought this bike. And last time I was here, I think I went over everything I was gonna buy for the bike. That being the fairings, headlights, stator cover, along with a couple other things, obviously. And the first couple things have arrived. Right here we have the stator cover and some RTV for it. And I also ended up ordering a seat because this one's a little bit worn. I couldn't notice it in the nighttime, but the sides are definitely worn down. And I want this bike to look good. So yeah, I just wanted to stop by today to get this stuff thrown on. I'm gonna start with the rear seat and then get to the stator cover. And this should be pretty easy. Also in the back there, there's a different bike I just picked up. Obviously this bike has been really badly wrecked, but it's a 2024 Ninja 500. And if you look past all the damage, it's not too bad. The motor should still be good. The rear end of the bike is intact. And I picked this thing up for only $100. So I'm planning on parting it out to make some money that way. I'll probably post that on my Instagram and my TikTok, so if you want to see that, then check that out. I'll leave that in the description. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and throw the parts on this bike, so hopefully that doesn't take too long. I'll throw the seat on first. That looks better. So there's a new one compared to the old one. Definitely a lot better. Just throw that on there real quick. Well, now I've got the seat on there. I'll throw that one away. And now it's time for the stator cover. This should be pretty easy. I just have to take off all the bolts holding it on, take it off, put a new gasket on the new cover, and then we should be good. Well, these bolts are nice and rusty, so I'm gonna try to clean those off. I'm gonna take it off the rear stand for this part because I might have to hit it a little bit. Oh, I just had to hit it harder. Cool. Well, there we go. Well, here's the new one. Looks much better. Oh yeah. Just need to get everything swapped over. Need to put the stator and this wire. There we go. Holy crap, why is this so tight? Damn. Now this should just pop out. There we go. Now I just gotta install the stator in the new cover. So unfortunately my camera did die while I was putting the new cover back on, but as you can see I did get the new cover on and it looks really good. I'm hoping the RTV I used for the gasket holds and doesn't leak any oil. I don't think it will. But yeah, so that was a couple days ago when I finished that, and I came back today because the fairings got here. So we have the box of the black fairings for the bike, and we have the levers and I think the bar ends. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing today, is installing those. And if this goes anything like it did last time I did fairings on one of these bikes, it's gonna take all day. I think I was here for like 5 or 6 hours when I put those white fairings on that last CBR. But yeah, I'll get those on today. And other than that, we're still waiting on the headlights, the battery, and that might be it actually. I think after we get the headlights and the battery, we'll be able to put everything back together and list the bike for sale. I'm definitely gonna get rid of these ugly like spike bolts. So I just laid out all the fairings and it looks like I have everything I'll need. They even sent a new windscreen this time, which is pretty good because this one is all scratched up. I'm not gonna try to record myself installing every single fairing, so I'm just gonna try to do a quick transition. And the bike is not quite done. So I put about half of the fairings onto the bike, and then I got a notification that I got a delivery. And right here we have the headlights. I did go ahead and throw on the bar ends and the levers, which I'll show once the whole bike is finished. I'm gonna unbox these real quick. So here I have the brand new headlights, the left and the right. So now that I have both of these, I can go ahead and get them installed. So I'm gonna try to do another transition. This is gonna be a really bad transition, but as you can see, the bike is now finished. Well, mostly. So I got the new fairings on, I got on the levers, I got the bar ends and the headlights. And as you can see, it is now snowing outside. When I started putting these fairings on, it was 72 degrees and sunny. So that's great. The only things I'm still waiting for the bike is a new battery, which I just had to jump start to get it running, and the oil for the oil change. But if I don't get the oil in time, I'll just give it to the next buyer so they can do it themselves. But yeah, the bike looks great. So I'm gonna start taking some pictures and get it listed for sale. And the bike has now been listed for sale. I listed the bike for $5,400, but realistically, if someone comes with like $4,500 in hand, I'll probably take that because that's over $1,000 in profit. But yeah, I'm about to go on a trip for about a week. So when I get back, hopefully I've got some messages and people wanted to come look at the bike. Okay, so it is literally the next day since I finished up the bike and somebody's already coming to look at it. So like literally 20 minutes after I listed the bike for sale, they messaged me and asked if they could come look at it in the morning, and of course I said yes. It sounds like he's gonna offer $4,500 for the bike, which like I said yesterday, that is the lowest I would take. So if he gives me $4,500 cash, I will sell him the bike. And I wouldn't be willing to go that low if it wasn't for the few issues that it has. Like I think I mentioned the headlights yesterday, but he is on his way. I have the unit open to show him the bike. So once he gets here, I will start recording. See ya, there it is. Like I said, I put brand new fairings on it. I put new bar ends, new levers. I replaced the engine cover right here. That's brand new. I put a new gasket too.
Does it turn on right now?
I'll have to jump start it because of the battery, but it'll run.
Okay. Have you ever been in an accident on this one, or
no? The previous owner, he dropped it. That's why it was scratched. So I put new fairings on it. But I fixed everything that was damaged.
Just dropped it then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I pretty much bought it how it was and fixed it up. I can show you pictures of before I bought it if you want.
I'll take it.
Cool.
Yeah, I get this right in, so I'm gonna just trust you and.
Cool. Well, as you guys can see, they did buy the bike. They're still back there loading it up right now, but they handed me $4,500 in cash, and I had about $3,400 invested in the bike, so that means I made $1,100 flipping that CBR. That's pretty solid if you ask me. I probably would have got a lot more if I would have got those headlights to work, but it is what it is. And I already have my next flip in there. It's a 2014 Ninja 300. So stay tuned for that one, and I'll see you guys later.